Every brawler in Brawl Stars already has 2 gadgets, but what if they had a third? Today, I designed over 25 brand new gadgets and showed them to a semi-pro and former pro player to see how good they actually are. Right now, as it stands, Bonnie doesn't have nearly enough DPS to stand amongst other brawlers. So in order to counteract that, I wanted a way to give her a fighting chance in this meta. Charge. Clyde's next attack charges, growing in size, and deals up to 4,480 damage, or double whatever her max damage is at that time.
I like that.
That's so busted.
I like this more than like a Piper curve or like a penetrate.
I think that would make Bonnie #1 brawler in the game.
I think the cooldown's also reasonable for the attack.
I'm gonna give it a 4.5 stars. I can't give a 5-star just yet.
4 out of 5 stars.
Edgar mains are known for 2 things: being ugly and spamming the thumbs down pin. Along with this, I feel his gadgets are just a little bit too useful as is. So, bad random. Edgar's pin and spray cooldown is reduced by 50% with a cooldown of 8 seconds.
I do like the idea.
I have a feeling a lot of people would even use it too, which is crazy.
It could be better, but I like it. So I give it like a solid
1 star.
3.5.
There's a hidden mechanic Hank has which lets him hide allies behind his bubble, since Rodeo Hank's bubble is solid instead of being translucent. Unfortunately, his range is just way too short to make this viable. So now, go big or go home. Hank's next bubble grows up to double the size.
And this is every 16 seconds?
Gotta be busted.
Honestly, I think the shield still might be worse. Actually, who am I kidding? This is evil.
Yeah, that would be pretty good.
It's like an evil guy. It's not something Hank needs. It's evil.
4 stars out of 5.
I'll give it a 2.
Bonus gadget alert! Where are we? Okay. Shelly gets a brand new look.
Why Squad Buster Shelly?
That's because this gadget is sponsored by Squad Buster. Now, even though this video is sponsored, I've been playing since launch. If you haven't played in a while, now is the chance, because this update changed everything. And I truly think that this new update makes the game better than ever. Collect coins, unlock chests, upgrade your team, collect gems, and bust your competition. But now you start with a hero that leads your squad into battle. And these heroes have 3 special abilities. First, we have the Power, which is an active ability, like the Barbarian King's Mega Punch or Mortis's Bat Swarm. Second are traits, which are like passive bonuses, like summoning recruits with the Royale King, or even giving bonuses to certain squaddies with the Archer Queen. And third is the Turbo, which can be upgraded up to 3 times for each hero. Each ability can be upgraded, and all you need are hero points. These can be unlocked by completing quests or leveling up. They also made it so that you start with 2 squaddies. And these guys each have their own special abilities as well, like Frank's Super Shockwave or Dynamite's Massive Barrel Bomb. Of course, you can still unlock these squaddies from battle and chests, but you only make use of their passive traits, so choose your 2 abilities wisely. Now, there's so much more strategy, and it's just so amazing. But by far, the craziest, most influential change they made is that you no longer have to stand still to attack. This is revolutionary. There are a ton more changes in this update, from progression changes, balance changes, rework squaddies, modifiers, spells, chests, and so much more. Go download Squad Busters using the link in my description or the pinned comment. Trust me, it is so worth checking out. Thank you to Squad Busters for sponsoring this gadget. Tara is an excellent sucker. I'm kind of sick of all her gadgets and abilities surrounding her shadows, so I wanted to give her something that lets her suck just a little bit more than usual. Anti-spiral. Tara pulls in nearby enemies.
I genuinely think this would make Tara pretty strong in the meta.
Here's the thing, is that even though it's a pull, which is a strong effect, it's almost like Fang's stun, where it's like such a small radius that it doesn't really matter.
I mean, I guess Tara would still be limited by the range.
I would increase the cooldown because it is like that type of effect.
You sneak up, you pull, it can't even shoot you back.
4 stars.
5 stars.
RT has one of the thinnest attacks in all of Brawl Stars. If I see my Silver 2 teammate pick RT, I know he's hitting 2 shots all game. While his other gadgets are useful in their own ways, I'd rather make this high skill brawler easier to use. In order to fix this, get your stupid back here. RT's attacks will slightly hone into enemies for 5 seconds.
Oh my goodness.
That is a really strong home.
That just took a 180 turn to the Cordelia's.
Even though I'm saying it's strong, it's not as bad as a Piper curve because it doesn't do the same amount of damage, right?
I mean, I love the name too.
He did give it a fairly long cooldown, 22 seconds. 4 stars as well, actually.
Man, 5 stars again.
Finks is one of my least favorite brawlers. I really just don't like his mechanics all that much. I mean, sure, he can freeze someone in time or rewind himself, but you know what's cooler? Harnessing the power of the sun. Pain Packer. Finks harnesses the power of the sun to melt nearby enemies. This has a 28-second cooldown.
What the?
Oh.
Dude, you animated that? Nah.
It reminds me of the Inferno Dragon.
And it has like unlimited range.
This one might be a little too broken.
Honestly, Finks kind of sucks, you know? So if he has this ability, I think he would still suck, on God.
I'm giving it a 1 star because it is too broken.
3 stars. I like the idea.
In theory, Miko is insanely overpowered. If they overbuff him him, he'll be a monster to deal with, but as he stands, he's not the best. So, Monkey Money. Miko's next attack stuns enemies for 0.5 seconds.
It's balanced. Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
That would have its place. The slow is kind of like it does extra damage. The jump is just to get there easier, and then the stun's like you win the fight easier. I'll give it a 2.5
stars.
Both of Kit's gadgets are very support oriented, but we all know he's an assassin at heart. So instead of making him something more of what he's not, let's instead make him more of an assassin. Claws of Fury, Kit slashes repeatedly in front of him, dealing 400 damage per swipe.
I really like this.
I dislike Kit, so...
Kit sucks without his cardboard, right? So the fact that he needs to get in and do this is like a very nice aggro tool.
I hate Kit so much.
If you jump on someone, if you jump like on an assassin or whatever, and they go in, and if you mount off, you could slash them, do like collateral damage.
I don't like Kit, man.
I'll give it like a 4.5.
1 star.
Well, I actually really like this.
I don't like it.
Sometimes I just don't want to dash with Kenji, like when I'm against a Hank or a Shelly. We have a gadget that lets him dash a bunch, so why not let him slash as well? So we have Flashy Slashies. For 5 seconds, Kenji's attacks will not dash, but deal 2,500 damage around him.
That's really strong.
Oh my goodness, that looks so cool.
I think honestly, if you just kept it the same damage, I think this would be like actually perfect.
I'm gonna give it, I don't mind Kenji too much. I'm gonna give it
4 stars.
3.5 stars.
Cordelius is the strongest. In a high-stress scenario, he had to unleash his domain for 0.2 seconds to save his teammates. From that, he created a brand new gadget, Unlimited Void. Cordelius opens up his domain, creating a 3,000 health dome around himself that decays over time, stunning all enemies inside for 0.2 seconds.
Oh,
This is a cool concept.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
It's even within the radius of the cord super, and you could trap multiple people inside of that.
I think a lot of people would be very mad to get boxed like that.
Which might be bad because you might die, but honestly, that's the trade-off because like your team could like, I don't know, beat the high safer, touch each other in the hot zone.
Yeah, I don't like getting boxed. For that reason, I'm only gonna give it a 3 star.
5 stars. I'll give it 5 stars.
Getting hit by a Chuck train is like getting hit by a freight train, then Pam sitting on you, then an Audi key for e-tron. Even though this is one of the most terrifying abilities in the entire game, there's no way to get enemies into his tracks. So now, incoming! Chuck's post deals 120 damage and stuns enemies in the radius for 0.2 seconds.
It's like different from everything that Chuck has because it's a gadget that you use once you're set up.
Well, let's just say you had 4 of those on a hot zone.
Actually, that could be really good against like long hitting attacks like Frank.
How does anyone avoid that?
I think this is perfect, honestly.
I don't know. I think that would make Chuck more of a brawler, if you know what I mean. Like, Chuck can only do one thing, and that's run his train around.
You know what?
3 stars.
Another 5 stars. I love this idea.
Gale has some super creative gadgets which are incredibly useful, but he really lacks when it comes to boring normal abilities that could be copied onto any other brawler. So to make his area control abilities even stronger, so this one's old and slow, Gale's next super leaves a snowy trail on the ground.
It is another like obnoxious like slow ability. This would get used, but it is tied to his super, and his super takes like years to charge.
That's actually, I think that'll actually be really cool gadget to use.
Depends on like the matchup, because if you're fighting against like assassins, you want this tornado, but if you're doing like some objective thing, then you run jump pad.
I'm gonna give that 3.5 stars.
4 stars out of 5.
I always found it weird how Juju is the only brawler with a pet that doesn't make use of them in their kits. Like, I don't give a fart about our elemental abilities. Give me Gregory! My Little Sigma. Heals Gree for 2,500 health.
Horrible name.
Very simple, but very annoying. Gree is so hard to take out already.
It's not a bad idea, but it could be better.
Like, it's a good gadget. It's just, I don't want
I'm
it.
gonna give it like a 3 out of 5 stars.
1.5 stars.
One of the hardest songs Brawl Stars has ever released is King of Star Park. That's peak. The second hardest thing isn't me, but rather the line 2 bowls of cereal. Ollie eats 2 bowls of cereal and gets a 15% speed boost for 8 seconds.
2 bowls of cereal? Look at him
I
go.
wanted to see Ollie eat the cereal.
Okay, conceptually, I like it. I'm already giving it an extra point just by the name.
That's kind of annoying to deal with.
Unlike Jackie or like other tanks with the speed boost, is that Ollie has like a bajillion HP. That's like very scary.
Honestly, around the middle, I'm gonna give it a 2 star.
4 stars. It's not perfect, but I like it.
I feel like there aren't nearly enough abilities which can change the map around other than breaking walls or Jackie being Jackie. Since this gadget is for Spike, you already know where this is going. Cactus. Cactus.
Oh, he puts it. Oh my god, he just puts down a.
Oh, okay.
That caught me off guard.
And that cactus is just a cactus.
So I don't think you realize like how crazy that is. I think there's a reason why we don't have more of those abilities. It would be horrible.
Hypercharged cactus?
Like if you were on Gem Fort and then like you somehow won mid and you just locked the mid out.
Yeah, 4 stars.
1.5.
One major flaw I have when playing Amber is running out of ammo and losing all control I once had. While a reload star power helps, it doesn't feel like enough. So now, Amber's is back in action. Amber automatically reloads 25% of her ammo.
It's nothing crazy.
I think her other ones are pretty good too.
Because 12 seconds in retrospect is a little fast, but it's not like too crazy for Amber.
Because like one of them, she gets ammo with her star power, doesn't it?
4 stars.
3.5 stars.
It's simple, it's effective, it serves its role.
One of my favorite mechanics is Pam's Scrap Sucker gadget. Once you get up close to an enemy, they lose all hope and are at the fate of Pam's sucking machine. But I want a different way to suck the enemies, so instead she can suck the speed out of her enemies. Get over here. Pam's next attack slows enemies 4% per projectile.
I actually think that's better than sucking. It's a better suck.
It's almost as if like when you like ding people with like stuff you throw at them and they like slow down, or like you're basically doing that times however many projectiles.
Honestly, a 4-star gadget.
I'll give it another 4 actually.
BB's one gadget that actually makes use of her bubbles does nothing about you. Why not make use of the properties of bubblegum to make the enemies stick to it instead? Oh, you stuck? Enemies get stuck to BB's next bubble.
Oh my god.
This one would be so fun to use. I already know.
See, this is what BB needs. This is like evil, but it's like funny evil.
That is probably so busted. I gotta give this another 4 stars.
I'll give it 4 stars out of 5.
Stu is always more fun when he can use more supers. I needed some way to give him the ability to have more, but not make it too broken in the process. So now we have overcharged. Stu can overcharge 2 extra supers. This effect can be stacked, but goes away after a super is used.
Interesting. Kind of like Melody's charge.
This is not what I want in the game.
Maybe might be an unpopular opinion. I would make it 3. I think for like in comparison to his other stuff, like he's got some strong gadgets, right? I don't know how good this is, but like how balanced this is, but in terms of like the effect and like I think this is balanced enough.
That just makes Stu so annoying. So annoying.
I think honestly, I'd give it like a 4.5. I really like the idea.
I'm gonna give it a 2 star.
I feel Poco gets outclassed when it comes to healing by someone like Jaeyoung, Barry, or Byron. By giving him a new way to heal will open up for far more possibilities for new strategies, comps, and cheese. So with this other gadget, I feel you kind of popped it before you went into action. With this one, you kind of have to be near him, but you do get more healing. Come with me. Poco heals 920 health to nearby allies for 4 seconds.
This is quite OP.
I mean, this is just a better version.
Yeah, because like that's a good chunk of HP. Like you're healing almost 3,500 HP. I'll give it like a 2 out of 5.
I'm gonna go with 2 stars.
Kaze is 2 brawlers in 1, which requires 2 gadgets as well. As a ninja, what's more fitting than giving her some ninjutsu? The first one is 1000 Years of Death. Kaze knocks back the closest enemy. Her second one is Kage Bunshin. Kaze summons 2 clones of herself, mirroring every attack that she does. So yeah, if she does an attack, the clones will do the exact same thing.
Shadow Clone Jutsu, baby. That one looks so cool. I want that in the game right now, honestly.
I think I recognize that icon. Oh my god. The thing is, the cooldown's really long. That is like the balance. As much as I would hate to be hit by the 1000 Years of Death, I do want to do it to other people, so I'd give it
5 stars.
4.5.
Dynamite's biggest flaw is confirming kills on enemies. His fidget spinner gadget is supposed to do that, but we all know it's never done a thing. While not as stupidly broken as Satchel Charge, we have Canary Carpet Bomb. Dynamite's Canary comes out of hiding, dropping a layer of bombs ahead of him, dealing 700 damage per each bomb.
Pretty good.
It's easier to hit than his main attack if you're trying to like finish someone off. Like I would take this over stun in certain cases. I think I'd rather face this. Yeah, I'd rather face it than over like a stun. Like he needs a tool to like guarantee damage, and fidget spinner just sucks. I'm not using fidget spinner.
Way better than his other gadget. 3.5 stars.
Yeah, I would actually give this a 5.
Use code MOYO.